Hey folks, Jay here, Mattress Money Investing. I originally recorded an analysis of my Groundfloor Flywheel portfolio back in May. It just got stuck in editing. Apologies for that. Shout out to Stephanie on the Fractional Investing Discord. You said get going, so here we go.
First, a reminder, this is not tax or legal advice. Make sure to take everything back to your tax and legal team.
Let's take a look at one of my two accounts that has Flywheel. This one's simple because I put in $10,000 Halloween to 2024, and I had auto investor reinvest turn on. I think I turned it off for a couple months here, but then turned it back on, and then turned it back off somewhere, I think May 25th of last year. So I've only been trying to exit now for 14 months. So let's see where we ended up. We went from $10,000. Let's find 525 over here. 525, and we were at 4,600. So we're able to drain out a little over 55% in that year period. If back when this portfolio wasn't mature, you would see lots of return of capital with not much in the way of earnings. But that's basically folks paying off early, and because you only loan them the money for a few months, then they only have to pay sort of a pro rata share of the interest, right? And so a lot of these early distributions in that first year, right, were very heavy on return of capital. And so you would look at your earnings and the management fee and you'd be like, is this really going to be worth it? I don't know. I did find the more recent distributions to be more what you might expect. In fact, beyond what you would expect, because that's 25-30% interest on this return of capital. So I don't exactly know what's going on in these more recent distributions, but not all of them are that way. This one is a bit more realistic, right? That's going to be like 12-13% probably. And so that's realistic, but yeah, some of them are pretty heavy on the earnings now. So it just goes to show, I think with Flywheel, we will not know until the exit is done what its final performance was. Let's go through a few more of these recent distributions. Again, $8 in interest on only $21 of capital. That's a very chunky return. So it's difficult to tell what rate we're going to get. We'll look at a few more of these. Making $10 on $33. Very nice return there. This one's still pretty good. This one's over 20% return. Maybe that was in extended and maybe they held it 18 months. Another one, again, making $16 on $43. That's, over 30% return. Something interesting is going on in Flywheel these days. Plus there's that announcement that Flywheel's going away. So I'll drop a link to that below.